In a world where the population is rapidly increasing, finding ways to nourish our growing population while protecting the earth is a very important thing. Hey there, welcome back to our channel. In today's video, we're going to explore how we can nurture the earth and feed a growing population. Without further ado, let's get started. First of all, let's see what is sustainable farming. Sustainable farming works with nature rather than against it, seeking to maximize food production while minimizing environmental impact. This approach involves preserving the environment, expanding natural resources, and creating a better life for animals and humans, ensuring the long-term sustainability of food sources while reducing reliance on standard farming practices and providing alternative food options. Why is sustainable farming so important? The importance of sustainable farming cannot be understated. With a growing population and its need for more food, we must practice farming in environmentally responsible ways. Sustainable agriculture helps to preserve natural resources while promoting social equity and economic profitability. Not only does it reduce the environmental impact of the traditional farming system, but it also results in higher yields and healthier products for consumers. Sustainable farming methods aim to preserve essential resources such as soil fertility, which is critical for farming success. If we are to feed a growing and hungry world and at the same time improve the planet we live on, major changes in the way we farm and what we eat will have to be made. Luckily, there are ways that we can achieve this. The growing consensus is that we need to produce 50 to 90% more food to feed the expected 9 billion people that will inhabit the Earth in 2050. While these figures account for the trend to eat more meat and dairy products, these are the most wasteful and least environmental forms of food production. Agriculture already uses 1/3 of the world's arable land, consumes at least 70% of all the water used, and generates a large portion of all the global emissions that contribute to climate change. This will have to change to a more sustainable model for us to achieve the food increases that will be needed shortly. So now let's take a look at some of the ways that we can nurture the earth while feeding a growing population. First, reduce food waste. An estimated 1/3 of all the food produced is wasted from farm to home. One of the solutions is to upcycle food that would have to be thrown away. This includes turning waste food into useful items, finding buyers for the food that would rot in the fields if unsold, to selling non-uniform or ugly fruits and vegetables. Governments also need to change the laws so that unsold usable food must be donated to food banks and soup kitchens. In some countries, it's discouraged because of liability laws. Next up, shift diets to more plant-based foods. A diet high in meat is very wasteful. Meat from cattle, sheep and goats uses precious resources, and the demand for meat and dairy products is steadily growing. The only way for more people to have access to animal-based proteins is for other people to consume less. Today, there are more meat substitutes available that taste like meat, including Impossible Burger and other vegan products. The World Resource Institute report said that government subsidies to meat and dairy agriculture to the tune of $600 billion annually should be phased out so that the true cost will be reflected. Instead, subsidies should be given to environmentally sustainable agriculture. Moving on to the next, super boost crop yields. Increased crop production without increasing the amount of land used is the key to feeding a hungry world. The amount of crop harvests needs to be increased from 1 year in most climates. CRISPR-R technology or gene editing is a way of selectively breeding a plant to get desired traits like higher yields or drought resistance. This is not the same as GMOs, which mix genes from 2 or more species. Another way to boost yield on less land is with sustainable methods and indoor vertical farming, which is being used in the US by companies like AeroFarms and Plenty. This needs to be scaled up. Next, look into the seas for more food. With the Earth's population growing, turning to the world's oceans for food is the new blue food revolution. But taking more fish out of the oceans and inland waters is not the answer. The oceans are already being overfished, and many species of fish are in danger. But overfishing of our waters can be reduced by eliminating subsidies paid to the fishing industry, and the enforcement of laws against illegal fishing can save an estimated 11 to 26 million tons of fish, according to National Geographic. Increasing aquaculture in indoor fish farms and ocean farming of fish, seafood and seaweed is a major way to get protein into the diets of much of the world. Finally, use an agroecological approach to food production. The UN Committee on World Food Security has endorsed an agroecological approach that encompasses sustainable farming and food systems. Agroecology mimics nature, replacing things like chemical fertilizer with a knowledge of how a combination of plants, trees and animals can increase the productivity of the land. This is very similar to the permaculture movement, which uses natural ways to build nutrients in the soil and regenerate agriculture. Permaculture is being used in many places in the world, including to help refugees to feed their families and become self-sufficient. We hope that you enjoyed our journey through sustainable farming. Remember, by supporting sustainable practices, we can all contribute to a healthier earth and a brighter future. If you find this video more insightful, don't forget to give us a thumbs up and share your thoughts in the comment section, and subscribe to our channel. Thanks for watching.